Hey everyone, I'm Simon.
And I'm Noah.
Our goal with this video is not to educate, but to get it played longer than the last one.
Now time for a commercial break.
Nah, we just playing. Real talk for a minute, the romantic relationship between Daisy and Gatsby is the driving force of the plot in the novel The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. The difference between Gatsby and Daisy is that Daisy is a dynamic character and that Gatsby is static, meaning Daisy grows and changes as a character while Gatsby doesn't. This is the exposition for Gatsby's inevitable depression, which on the highest of keys led to his death. On page 101 of the book, we get a real good sense of Gatsby's staticness. He knew that when he kissed this girl and forever wed his unutterable visions to her perishable breath. What does this mean? He is literally wedding his visions of love to Daisy, showing how he does not and will not change as a character.
5 years after this kiss, even though Daisy is married to some other dude named Tom, Gatsby doesn't move on. He remains the same saddeningly hopeful guy we all know and love who bought that house so that Daisy would be just across the bay. Alright, now get this. When Gatsby tries to get back with his main girl, it kinda seems that she likes him back. At least, that's what we all thought. Especially when on page 118 Daisy literally says, "I loved you too," to Gatsby. But that's not important right now. What's important is that Gatsby remained faithful to his lovely lady, and as we see later, while Daisy seemed like she was in love with Gatsby, she was just leading him on. In the end, Daisy stays with that dude Tom and leaves Gatsby. On page 170, the narrator describes them as careless people, Tom and Daisy. They smashed up things and creatures and then retreated back into their money of their vast carelessness, or whatever it was that kept them together, and let other people clean up the mess they made. Even though Daisy admits to loving Gatsby, it was easy for her to move on because, again, she's a dynamic character. If staying with Tom wasn't bad enough, Tom went as far as to throw Gatsby under the bus for his affair with Daisy. Literally. Well, not literally, but Gatsby does die. All characters in a story are either dynamic or static. A static character is one who doesn't change in character or personality. A dynamic character, in contrast, does change. Gatsby is a static character. Ever since he first kissed Daisy and forever wed his unutterable visions to her, he continued to try and get back together with her. Every action he took, from his journey to becoming wealthy to the location he bought his home, was because he wanted Daisy.
Daisy, on the other hand, is dynamic. In the beginning of their rekindled romance, she admits to loving Gatsby and not loving Tom. But nearing the end, after Gatsby's death, she manages to once again make herself happy by retreating into their wealth with Tom. The difference between the characters is what causes the conflicts that arise and progress the novel.